What makes a person a hero? Do they have to save someone's life in order to be considered a hero? What about someone who inspires people? Are they a hero? In the next several weeks, we're going to be talking about a girl by the name of Anne Frank, who many people consider to be a hero. Although she didn't save anyone's life, she has touched millions of people who have read her story over the last 60 years. We're only going to graze the surface of Anne's biography in this presentation. But as we read about and discuss her life over the next several weeks, my hope is that her story will not only inspire you as a person, but also help you develop a lifelong appreciation for writing. Anne's biography is funny and inspiring, but also very sad. Anne was an outgoing girl who spoke her mind freely. Some would say a little too freely, perhaps. She was often ridiculed for saying the wrong thing or for just saying too much. Her math teacher became so annoyed with her constant babbling that he made her write a composition as a punishment. Anne never did stop talking, but she eventually won her math teacher over by writing him a funny poem about the very thing he couldn't stand the most, her talking. So why have millions read Anne's story? Was she like a young William Shakespeare? Actually, her teachers described her writing as only average. Well, for starters, Anne lived during a time of enormous suffering, and so the writings in her diary contain insights into the horrific details of an event that occurred in her lifetime, known today as the Holocaust. Imagine for a moment what it would be like to have all your possessions taken from you, then being removed from your home and separated from your family, held prisoner and forced to work with barely any food or water to keep you alive, living each day with the realization that you will most likely be killed or die from a horrible disease before ever being saved. As a teenager, Anne experienced all of these horrible things, along with 6 million other Jews who were murdered or died of diseases as Anne did, because their Jewish heritage was considered undesirable by a few people known as the Nazis. Amazingly, Anne remained positive in spite of everything that was happening to her, and before she died at age 15 from typhus while in a concentration camp, she wrote these words: "Despite everything, I believe that people are really good at heart. Even if you wouldn't qualify her as a hero, it's undeniable that she remained optimistic during an incredibly difficult time, in which it would have been very easy to embrace despair and anger rather than hope and understanding." While part of the reason Anne's journal is so well known is because her story does provide a first-hand account of a shocking moment in history, but it also grew to such notoriety because she wrote from the heart, and therefore anyone who reads her story immediately feels connected to her experience. Most of what we know about Anne Frank today is through writing, whether it be through a biography that was written about her, a composition writing assignment that she was punished with, a funny poem that she wrote to win her teacher's favor, or through the thoughts she recorded in her journal while in hiding. It is through writing that we learn about such events as the Holocaust, and through writing that we learn about experiences and history that are shared and passed on. Over the next several weeks, we'll be referring back to Anne Frank's diary to not only learn more about the Holocaust, but also how to analyze different types of writing contexts, styles, and formats, and then apply what you've learned to create a biography, which is a written account of another person's life, a composition, which is an essay, a poem, which is literature that uses a few words to tell about ideas, feelings, and images, a writing journal to record your thoughts, and finally your own autobiography, which is the history of your life told by you.